Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. And a very good day to everyone. Hopefully all of you Allah grant very good health dalam lindungan Allah Subhanahu wa taala, insyaallah. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Alright, so we are now in the last chapter, which is chapter 10, management from the Islamic perspective. Right. This is the conclusion for all the chapters that have been covered for the subject of fundamentals of management, MGT 162. So hopefully you may understand how to relate chapter by chapter until the end, which from chapter 1 we start with the management. We already learned on the functions of management. If you still remember, POLC, planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and each of the process have been explained clearly in the specific chapter. For example, planning in the chapter 2, organizing chapter 4, leading chapter 6, and controlling in chapter 7. We also touch on the other aspects that also important in the term of management, which is on the motivation aspect, communication process, also the quality process in the management, and this is the last, the management from the Islamic perspective. So, what I'd like to explain first is the principles of Islamic management, which at the end of this chapter, I aim each one of you at least may understand, may at least describe what are the principles of Islamic management. Instead, besides, you can also state the what are the Islamic approach to management, and other than that, we will also touch on the concept of management in Islamic view. So at least you can explain what are the concept of management in Islamic view, and then we also will touch on the Islamic leaders the Islamic leaders who follow the principles of Islamic management, and how to differentiate between Islamic management and the conventional management. Okay, so the chapter is quite simple, only have 12 slides in the PowerPoint slide presentation that have been given to you. We will start with the principle of Islamic management. Okay, the principle of Islamic management, concept of Tawhid. Tawhid had been introduced in Islamic management, which we believe as a Muslim, we need to serve Allah. Sebagai hamba Allah, we must worship Him and seek His worthy pleasure and rewards, which we believe that time is to be well invested, not to be wasted. Okay, this is the characteristic or criteria as a Muslim, which time is a commodity that should be properly invested, not wasted or abused. And semuanya kena amanah lah dengan masa. That's why kita ada surah yang menceritakan tentang masa, demi masa. Uphold and internalize the Islamic ethical values, which in Islam we are being taught as a Muslim. Islam teach us to cultivate, uphold, and practice Islamic virtues of truthfulness, contentment, honesty, dedication, self-restraint, self-discipline, compassion, patience, and fear of Allah. And there should be no favoritism in management, bias, discrimination, which is not allowed in our Islamic concept. And the fairness to all employees. The Islamic term is adil, which is adil. Employees must be paid fairly and equally. And we also, in Islam, we have a concept of al-shura, in mashwarat, in meeting, mashwara, consultation, based on mutual discussion and cooperation among members. And the moral or religious value of work should be integrated in the work, should be conducive rewards for exceptional achievement to prevent violations. And human nature and needs should be both considered simultaneously. And what is the Islamic approach to management? Okay, Islamic approach to management focusing on emerging discipline, which often referred to as Islamic management, looks at the management of the organizations from the perspective of knowledge, from the revealed sources and other Islamic sources of knowledge, and results in application compatible with the Islamic beliefs and practices. Yes, whatever you have learned, whatever you have gained knowledge through chapter by chapter that have been taught in this subject, at the end, to follow the Islamic management approach, it must compatible with our Islamic beliefs and practices. This is focused on we as a Muslim, right? And the term of POLC in Islamic management approach, almost the same explanation as what have been explained to you regarding what is P, what is planning, what is organizing, leading and controlling. But in Islamic view, we relate it with the belief in Allah, belief in Islam, right? For example, in planning, the planning process of setting objective goals is also practiced in Islam. In Islam, we believe that as a human, we as a Khalifah must focus to fulfill and balance two objectives, long term and short term. Long term, kita tengok lebih kepada di akhirat sana. Okay, seek to be worthy servants of Allah, avoid sins, perform good deeds, obey the teaching as demanded by Al-Quran and Sunnah. But for the short term objective, we seek productivity. So it balances. Seek productivity, focus on the features of product, service, academic excellence, financial profit, improvement in performance. Okay, also same also to the organizing part, which organizing Islamic view, it refers to the structure of projects and rules of human effort. Organizing comprises of structuring organization structure, utilization of human resources, authority, power, practices of delegation, centralization and decentralization, and how to relate with Islamic view. You need to relate with the long-term objective also, which we seek to be worthy servants of Allah and to perform good deeds. In organizing concept, we must follow that the Islamic concept also. Okay, amanah, fatanah, right? You do things according what have been demanded by Al-Quran and Sunnah. Okay, same goes to leading. The process of moving people in a planned direction by motivating them, produce a good leader, which a good leader move people in a good direction, and at the end they achieve their long-term best interest. And at the same time, we as a leader must motivate them not to achieve the short-term objective, but again for the long-term objective, to perform a good deed, to avoid sin, to obey the teaching that have been demanded by Al-Quran and Sunnah. Last but not least, in controlling process, the application of the procedures prescribed and organized according to plan, as well as the performance of the roles. Still remember, on the controlling part, we must compare what have been said and what has been the actual performance and the standard performance, and then we compare, right? To link with the Islamic view concept, we must carry out the plan as what we have planned, and to assure the result will conform, match with the actual plan. However, every step must be followed the procedures or the rules that been governed by the in the Islamic way, right? Alright, so when talk about the sources of knowledge for deriving ideas regarding Islamic concepts in our strategic management, we follow these four: Al-Quran, As-Sunnah, wise caliphs, and peers leaders. So Al-Quran is our guideline, which contain the guideline on spiritual, social, economic, overall aspect in our human life, and which when you open page by page in Al-Quran, every ayah in Al-Quran may mention all the guidelines that you need throughout the life. Okay, As-Sunnah is the example shown by our holy prophet, who is the greatest leader of all time, and there are many stories that you can refer, and if you follow the Sunnah from Nabi, we can get pahala and can perform a good deeds from their example, right? Wise Caliph follow our empat khalifah, Sayyidina Abu Bakar Siddiq, Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, Sayyidina Usman Al-Affan, and Sayyidina Ali bin Abi Talib, right? Which instance from the Islamic history, studies in Islamic admin management, in Islamic social science, Islamic culture, writings of leading Islamic scholar, we get all the examples from them. And last but not least, the sources is from our past leaders, daripada ulama-ulama terulung, okay, seluruh dunia dalam Islam, dalam bidang Islamic ini. Okay, leadership motivation, which we focus on the Islamic leader, right? Which leadership actually refer to the process of how you move people in a planned direction, nak gerakkan buat kerja, okay, nak bagi arahan, right? And we follow the characteristic of an Islamic leader, which are faithful at the global perceived goals, not individual. They are fairness to all, adheres to the Sharia, and delegates trust. Okay, which our Islamic leaders follow these principles. First, Syura, right? Whenever they want to decide, make a decision making, tough or small matter, even a small, very simple decision, they will manage to get mutual consultation, mutual agreement from all members that and justice, which our Islamic leaders and we as leaders must follow this, deal with people fairly, okay, apply the fairness to all people, to all employees. Freedom of expression, which encourage two-way communication, not only one leader just give their opinion and the other employees must shut their mouth. That is not good. In Islam, we have been taught that we need to encourage two-way communication and healthy change of ideas. Masru'iyah is refer to any action taken are bounded to the common law and Sharia law. Okay, so you must get knowledge on this kind of law. Qualification should be based on person's ability, expertise, skills, and also experience, which when they get the one position, certain position, match with their qualification, and also rewards, compensation, and benefit that is earned not only for today but the hereafter as well. Reward for the short term, we can get our income, the salary, but our reward for long term, we inshallah our aim is syurga, Jannah. Okay, this is the last subtopic for this chapter, chapter 10. We compare nature of objective, organizational accountability, organizational control, and locus of control. We compare between Islamic and conventional, right? In Islamic, we focus on the human existence. So whatever being designed in the company objective, which is economic or non-economic, are more focused on the purpose of human existence. However, in conventional management, we will focus only the objective in order to achieve the organizational interest. Matlamat company semata-mata, which in Islamic focus on our human interest, our human capability, our existence in that company. Okay, and next, number 2, organizational responsibility and accountability. If we compare between Islamic and conventional, in Islamic, again, we focus on human being, which human being has choice, free will, and freedom of action. Therefore, is responsible and accountable for all action. Kita dah diterapkan as a Muslim, kita bertanggungjawab dengan apa saja yang diamanahkan, right? Dan bertanggungjawab atas apa saja yang kita buat. Tapi in conventional management, our responsibility and accountability vested in the chief executive who delegates it. Ikut pada apa tugasan yang kita dapat dan kita buat setakat tu. Alright? And under this management, employees are being controlled in order to fulfill the goals of that department. Number 3, organizational control. If we compare between Islamic and conventional, clearly shows that in Islamic we make a control in order to ensure that things are being operated in a way designed to make the human being subservient to the will of Allah. Kena control, ikut jalan Allah, tak buat benda yang illegal, that will be good. But in conventional management, as long as you follow the objective, you know how to achieve goal, you know how to get that profit, that's all. That's we call as the dunyawi purpose lah, compared to Islamic management, focus on the alam sana, right? And last but not least, locus of control. If we compare between Islamic management and conventional management, locus of control in Islamic is internal. Kita drop into each of person is responsible and accountable for his actions. Setiap orang, tak ada yang tertinggal. Semua orang akan dipersoalkan di akhirat sana atas apa saja dia perbuatan. Okay? Ni locus of control, focus on internal, kawalan diri, dalaman. But conventional management, the concept of locus control is external and lies in the realm of the organization. Dia lebih kepada dalaman company. Apa yang you perbuat dalam company akan dipersoalkan dan diambil tindakan oleh that company. But locus of control in Islamic management focus on apa yang kita buat akan dipersoalkan oleh Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. That's all. Okay, hopefully you can recall chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and just prepare for our final test, insyaAllah, week 14 on Friday, insyaAllah. Please make a revision, right, and try to recapture from the first chapter until now. Okay, that's all. And new question, please just drop your question through any platform, YouFuture, Google Classroom, WhatsApp, Telegram, and other platform. Thank you. That's all. Alhamdulillah. Kita tutup keseluruhan chapter with tasbih kifarah and surah.